Welcome back to Two of a Kind. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Michelle, and we're back with tech issues for week number 2. But we're getting there. We're gonna get 2 mics going hopefully shortly. And everyone's just gonna have to deal with it. I didn't see any hater comments though, so at least that's that.
Michelle, no one ever comments on our YouTube videos. I don't think we're going to get a hater comment.
No, people don't comment on the YouTube but the shorts. But I guess you wouldn't realize that we kept passing it around. So we fooled the system on that one.
Yeah, we didn't film last week because we were determined to get our mics fixed, but here we are, no 2 mics. But we're here to deliver another episode of shit talking, our lives, some celebrity news. So this weekend, I'm going to start off. We went to the Museum of Arts in Montreal for the first time. Well, it was my first time.
Same.
Wow, we're like reporter action right now.
It was my first time, but I knew what it looked like, but I've never cared to go to a museum before.
Me neither, but I was like, okay, like there's a pop culture exhibition, so why not go? Honestly, underwhelming.
First of all, whose idea was it? Because I like tagged along the plans, but like, you wanted to go? The thing is, like, it was raining and it was the perfect rainy day activity. So it made me feel like, what else am I doing today? Like, I might as well go walk around, get my steps in at the museum.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never been, and I'm like, what an opportunity because I'm not going to go. When I was buying the tickets, this was the craziest part. Well, not the craziest part, but it said if you're 21, no, sorry, 18 and over, it's $13. But as soon as you're 31 years old, it went up to $21. I was like, what the hell is this aging?
Is that like, okay, it's more expensive because they think people that go to the museum are older, so they're trying to profit off them. Like, they're like, nobody our age is going, so like, you're going to put it cheaper. And maybe if it is cheaper, we'll entice them to come and maybe get a young crowd going. I'm not really sure, but like it would be interesting to know the thought process about that pricing.
Yeah, because usually it's below 18, you get a certain price. Above 18, you're an adult, you get adult prices. And then you get your senior prices, which is a discount after. Yeah. They really like threw me for a loop. And John wanted to come. And I'm like, it's a little expensive for you.
Oh my God, it's so true. He's above. It's not worth it for him. It really wasn't worth it. The entire time, there was like 4 different floors. We're like chatting it up. We're talking. We're like recapping our week with like our friend. Like, I swear to God, I wasn't even like looking at some points. Like, I was just like browsing, but not like reading everything and looking at all the different like monuments and stuff. But I mean, it was an hour past. And I didn't get a ticket because I was sure that I parked illegally, and I didn't.
Oh my God, it's a whole other issue in itself. The parking downtown in Montreal is next level. Like, where is someone supposed to park? It's all either blocked off because they're creating these bike lanes, or you need a registration. It's like, what about the regular people who are coming into town?
It's like the regular people, but also a lot of times downtown they're doing construction. There's randomly on a pay meter, no parking. It's like, why are you taking these spots away from me? Like, where am I supposed to go? They're really trying to push the public transportation. And like, I'm sorry, once you hit a certain age, like, it's not as enticing to take public transportation. Like, I don't want to go on a metro and a bus. Like, I'm done. Like, that phase of my life is done. I did it, and I just want to drive places now.
No, if I have to hop on the metro or a bus, I'm not coming. Like, that's where the line is drawn. Unless I'm going to a music festival, I'll do anything. But other than that, it's a no for me.
Also, the last week that we did the pod, we were talking about Love is Blind, but we both weren't watching it. We weren't invested. And then as soon as we were done, I was like, we need to start watching Love is Blind. So in like 5 days following that episode, we binge watched every single episode. We got on track. We're in on the news with everybody else. And now we're waiting for the season finale this week. And
we watched it.
Not the season finale, sorry, the reunion this week. And I just want to like recap our thoughts really quickly before like we see the show.
Okay, but before you do, you remember when I mentioned Harry Jowsey on the beach with someone? Turns out it's Jessica. And I'm like, wow, what a plot twist. Because I wasn't expecting it to be her. But turns out it is.
And like I love if they're friends, but I don't ship them together at all. Which I don't even think it's a real thing. I'm sure it was just like a little vacay. But anyways, the season finale happened and exactly what I thought was going down happened. Like the couples that I didn't think were making it broke up. The couples I thought were did it. And yeah, now there's like rumors about other couples going on. But with that being said, I wanted to talk about like what your twin flame is. Because people are like, you're my person, like I love you so much. I've never found anyone like you, and like you literally spoke to them for 2 weeks straight. So what to you was like a twin flame?
I feel like a twin flame is someone that doesn't become a long lasting relationship. It's like this short period of time where you guys are just so infatuated with each other. You're just like on a roller coaster of infatuation. That's what I'll call it. Because I don't think it's love. I think you're just so excited to be around someone and it's just very consuming. Because I feel like if it lasts too long, then it's just called a toxic relationship. But the very beginning is twin flame.
Oh, so to you, twin flame is a toxic relationship going forward. Oh, interesting. I see twin. Okay, I do agree with the twin flame being like so exciting. Everything is new and, thrilling. But I think it never gets to a point where it continues. So it doesn't become toxic. You crash. You're like up, up, up. And then at some point, somebody's like, this is not for me anymore and like down. But it never becomes toxic because it never gets there.
Yeah, I agree. That's why it's called twin flame. But if it did, then it would become a toxic relationship, but it doesn't. It just ends. And I feel like those are the people where you have like a fever dream. It's like when you're like those people are your fever dreams, you know? You're just like someone that like pops into your head randomly and you're like, "Oh, because of this like short crazy time that we had." I feel like everyone has that in life. Like someone that it's like in between relationships or like phases of your life where you're in transition, you meet your twin flame.
It's almost like the one that got away in a sense. It's like,
For the best.
yeah, but for the best. Exactly. The one that got away before the best. And like it's like one summer and you had like the best summer ever and it like ended like shit, but like it was so fun while it lasted, you know? Yeah, I think everyone at one point needs to have that. But I'm pretty sure there's people in relationships that's like, it's my twin flame. It's like, they think it's like we're the same but different almost. And that's not the energy I want in a relationship. Like, you're not my twin flame.
No, because twin flame seems something like instant spark, instant attraction, instant like affection. But for me, I feel like the key to a long lasting relationship is a slow burn. And those fast burns on instant things, you crash. Like impossible.
I agree. You need like, I feel like with all the people I've dated, it was like you go on a date and you're like, oh, it was nice. It was fun. I had a good time. I'll go on another date. You're not like, oh my God, best date of my life. Like feeling all the feels. Like those are twin flame feelings, you know? So let's say you're in a relationship and you break up with someone and you're like, okay, like this was meant to be. I'm okay with this. Or if you guys break up and you're like devastated, heart wrench, like, which one do you think is like you love that person more? I think I have to rephrase. Okay. It's like you had a good relationship with someone and then that's slow, like, and you love them and it slowly like fades and you're like, this is not for me anymore. Or it's like you're in this relationship with them, you break up and you're like heart wrenched. Like, you know what I mean?
No, like for me, if you're in a relationship and it slowly dies out and in the end you're saying it's for the best, I feel like it's not as heart wrenching because you went through all the feels as it was ending. Like you're slowly going through the breakup and the emotions as it's ending. But if it's like a sudden crash, you're like, wow, it wasn't even that serious to begin with. So I can't be so devastated. You're not sad. You're just like looking back at it as, oh, that was like a good time. And you miss that feeling, but you're not devastated of the potential love that you had.
Yeah, it's more like either your ego's broken, that somebody broke it off with you and you're just like, that hurts more than like losing the person. It's like you lose the fun times and the fact that they didn't want you in a sense, Has that ever happened to you that someone like broke it off with you?
My twin flame? No, but I did have like relationships where like it was short lasted. Like I feel like it's the summer. It has to happen in the summer. If you're having a twin flame like in the winter, I don't know. Seems wrong.
No, like you can't be like cuddled up watching a movie with your twin flame. Like you're doing drugs in a parking lot in the summer. Like that's what you do with your twin flame.
No, like facts. You're drinking. You're like going out. You're like strolling in at 4 a.m. So yeah, I definitely had that, and then it just crashed and ended, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like took for a loop, bamboozled, but like never shed a tear over it. Like I wasn't sad about it. It was just in hindsight, I was like, "Oh, that was a good time. I miss it."
Or you're just like, what the fuck happened? Like all the next day you're like, I guess I'm not texting this person. Like it just ends.
And it was like a fever dream, you know?
Like you almost forget it happened until someone brings it up and you're like, oh yeah, I did know that person. Like I did hang out with them. It's honestly crazy. And I feel like, because I know we've both had those type of experience and so has our friends. And it's like when someone's going through that experience, like everyone's on the ride. It's like we're all doing the activities that you're doing, you know? Like it's like this person invited me. It's like all their friends, their new people. You're like trailing along.
No, seriously, it's a thrill for the group, for the squad. It's literally amazing.
We're doing it for the plot. Like that's what it's for. You're doing it for the plot.
You love that line now that I've introduced that? It is. It's for the plot because sometimes you're doing things in life and you're like, what if I just did this? Like, why not live a little? You know, like we don't have to be so serious about everything all the time. Yeah. It's fun to fuck shit up.
100%. So the Oscars was on the other night and you know, all is fine and dandy until I see Vanessa Hudgens and her like 8-month bump. She looked stunning, but the fact that like the last time I saw her, she was getting married in Mexico and now she's about to burst on the red carpet at the Oscars.
Yeah, they definitely got to work on their honeymoon. This baby was definitely conceived right after marriage or along that line. She was giving with her outfit, the Vanity Fair outfit, not her Oscar fit. It was see-through black and you saw her underwear and her bra. Her hair was in a crimped, pulled back hairstyle, which kind of gave her her bohemian style that I like that she does. But it was also giving Rihanna. Like when I was looking at her, it just felt Rihanna pregnant vibes.
I actually thought the same thing. And we didn't even discuss that. That's what she was giving me. Like when you're just like showing the bump off. And I do love Vanessa Hudgens and her bohemian look. So I feel like she really brought it. And even her Oscars, her Vanity Fair one, like all black, love that too. And she was an interviewer, like with Ariana Grande. I was like, this is her moment to shine. I feel like we haven't heard from her in a while. She got married and now like she's out to play. I like this feeling for her.
Me too. I'm down for some Vanessa Hudgens content, like a movie. Bring her back. Also, I saw on Instagram, I don't know if this is fake or not, but Zac Efron commented on a post and said, like, love this for you, V, something along those lines. And I ship so hard. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Then I think about, like, the fact of my, like, first ever boyfriend commented on something like that. She's probably like, oh, whatever. And for everyone else, we're guying over it.
Like if this is true, like he knew exactly what he was doing. Like all the fans are living for that moment. I also saw Ashley Tisdale on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy asked her, like, everyone wants to know your relationship with Vanessa, and she's like, you know, I haven't spoken to her in a really long time. I have children, like I'm busy. And now we know where they stand. Like she's definitely on Austin Butler's side of things. So I feel like she's close with him.
I think she was also closer with Zac Efron. Is that my imagination? I thought after they broke up, she was more on his side, but who knows? I could be wrong. You know what? But now Vanessa's going to have a kid. Maybe they have a little play date. Reignite this friendship. I don't know.
No, I feel like they're like way past that, but they definitely could if they wanted to, but I just feel like it's like passe for that to start going on, you know?
No, honestly, so true. Because I feel like every time you rekindle a friendship, it's never the same friendship. And I feel like it's never as good as the original friendship.
I agree, but I've also never been friends with someone and then not became friends with them. Like, unless it's like you have your core, and then unless I'm like acquaintance with you and for like that time we spoke more, I've never actually like not been friends with my friend before. So it's like, what happened? Like, don't tell me, oh, life happened. I got busy. Like, I'll make time for you.
Yeah, but it's like you're at work and you make a work friend and you guys are working together for 5 years and then you stop working at the same job. And then you're like keeping in touch for a little bit, but at some point it fizzles out because like you don't have that in common. That's them with High School Musical.
No, I feel like they were beyond High School Musical. I feel like they were actually friends. Where your work friend, like you know your role, you know your purpose, like that's who you are. I think they like hung out like at each other's houses. Like my work friend's not coming over.
So true. Wasn't there a YouTube where they were singing a song on the floor on some pillows? I felt like that was yesterday, but like time is flying by. But I felt like that was yesterday.
Yeah, it was not yesterday. It literally just happened. No, it wasn't yesterday. It literally happened like a while ago. Um, moving forward with our
I just want to say anything else about the Oscars? Like, I do not watch any of these things. Like, is it a big show? Like, I see all these celebrities in the Vanity Fair party, but what about the actual Oscar party? Is that big? Because I only see all my celebrities at the Vanity Fair one.
I think the Oscars is when they announce like the movies that won. So I'm sure like all that's out there. Like if you want to know who like what's the best movie of 2023, you know what I mean? But I wonder why it's so celebrity packed. Like actors and singers are there. No, sorry, like just like influencer people and like singers are there. I don't know why it's such a big deal, the Oscars.
Yeah, like, what? I literally forget all of them. The one where it's all about like an artist. Do I don't know which one's bigger actually. Like, we just had the Grammys or the Oscars. The Oscars seem so sophisticated. Everyone's whipping out their best outfits. Where the Grammys, I feel like everyone kind of looks like clowns a little bit. Same with the Met. I feel like everyone's a little clowny.
Yeah, I think Grammys is songs, and I don't think there's so many like Kim Kardashian isn't at the Grammys. So it's like, but the Oscars is, I guess, a bigger deal, and so she's showing up and showing out. I did want to say though that Oppenheimer I think was nominated. I don't know if they won or whatever. And I'm like, I still need to watch that movie. Like, where have I been? I need to get myself there and watch it. And I might watch it on the plane, like on vacation, like get 3 hours gone.
Yeah, it's definitely on the plane. But oh my God, I hope it's not 3 hours. Like, I can't do that. What is with movies being 17 hours long? I just watched Leonardo DiCaprio's new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. Great movie. Great concept. It's based on a true story. I love that. But it's 3 hours long. And at some point, you're losing me, bro. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, it's too long. I'm zoning out, but I shouldn't be zoning out because it's so interesting.
It's one of those movies that you watch one time and you're like, that was so long. I don't know what it was about. I forget things that happened. So you definitely need to watch it a second time, and it's almost better the second time around. But to get yourself to watch it a second time, like that's going to be the problem.
No, I can't lose 6 hours of my life to this. I did a 3 hour one. I took an intermission and went back. I definitely recommend this movie. I think everyone should watch it. It's just, it's so, like, as a producer, a director, why does it have to be so long? Like, condense it. Like, let's be more frugal with our time.
I think they're really trying to set the scene, like build the character. And so there's a lot of time wasted on that. Where to me, I'm like, we've been staring at the desert for way too long. Like, let's get some, people speaking at this point. I was gonna actually watch Killers of the Flower Moon last night, and I decided I couldn't embark on that journey. So I started Damsel, I think it's called, with Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, wow. And it looks like really good. It's on Netflix, and we started it, and I'm like into it. It's giving Game of Thrones vibes, and it's a movie, and I think it's like 2 hours. I think any serious good movie, you can't fit it in an hour and a half. Like, that's for the chick flicks.
No, 2 hours, reasonable. Could be on the longer side, but very doable. 3.5 hours, that's what the new Leo movie is. That's a little crazy to me. Like, this should have been a two-parter maybe if it's going to be that long. But 2 hours is fine.
I wonder how long it took to make the movie, because Bradley Cooper was saying at like one of his interviews, he's like, I think I only have 4 movies left in me for his career. And I'm watching his interview and I'm like, what do you mean only 4 movies? Like, you're like 40 something. And he's like, the movie with Lady Gaga, do you remember the name?
A song?
A Star is Born. He's like, that took me like 4 years. He was like naming all these movies that took like 4, 5, 6 years. So he's like, I only have 4 years left. I'm gonna be like in my 80s. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, it's so true. You don't do that many movies. It just takes forever.
And those movies that take forever, it's because it's quality. I'm sure if they're doing these chick flicks, little funny like movies that are popping up on Netflix, it's short, but it's not as, the quality's not there. Like, I know Adam Sandler has a deal with Netflix to do 3 or 4 movies, but then those movies that they're putting on Netflix every year, it's not the same type of movie. It doesn't have depth. It's not as serious. It's not like the same caliber.
Yeah, those are like the hour-and-a-half movies. It's like lighthearted. You can like write the script very easily. The other ones are movies I actually prefer. Like, I prefer more in-depth, like longer type movies. But just to a certain point, like I did watch Dune 1. Can't tell you what it's about, but I was there and I watched it. Like, you can't catch me dead going to see Dune 2.
I know all our friends went this weekend and I had to opt out. I never even saw one. But like, everyone says like when they watch two, they forget what even happened in number one because everything seemed to happen in number two. And I can't be a part of that.
No, literally, that's the thing. Nothing happened in Dune 1. Like, there's nothing to even say about it. And we just have to petition for movies to be 2 hours long and like call it a day. Like, you don't have to overachieve with your 3 hour movie.
No, and if it is, maybe consider that things are dragging out. Is something like taking too long? Can you get to the point a little quicker? You gotta chop it up. I mean, just a little pro tip for the directors because we're such movie girls.
Literally. And another thing that happened this weekend that we just need to like talk about briefly is the time change. And I didn't even know it was happening until like that night. And the whole time, like, there was a UFC fight, so I'm staying up till like 1:30. The time I got home, it was like 2, and then 2 seconds later, it was 3. And it just made me like, I had a pit about it. I'm like, oh my God, I have to like wake up at a certain time tomorrow. I already lost an hour. It's like not chill.
It's not chill, but I can't imagine not having time change. Like, I know a lot of people don't like it, and they're like, with not everyone in the world does it, why do we do it? But I like it. Like, spice it up a little bit. Like, now I get to have daylight later on in the evening, and then sometimes I'm going to have daylight earlier in the day. Like, yeah, I like it.
But like, honestly, the daylight was gonna stay later out no matter what. Like, you didn't need the time to change.
Yeah, but it would get dark quicker. Like, now, let's say eventually it's going to be light out till 9. It wouldn't get to that point. It would stop at 8. Like, at some point, yeah, it's getting later, but we've pushed it an extra hour. And when it's summertime, I like the light out, you know? I just feel like there's more of my day.
Okay, fine. Do you feel like it affected you, the hour?
No, like, it really affected me. I was not expecting that. Monday morning came around, my alarm went off, and I had to snooze an extra hour. Like, I'm not a snoozer. Like, as soon as my alarm goes off, I get up because I can't go back to sleep knowing I should be up. But this time I was like, no, it's a no for me.
I actually did the same thing. Like, I snoozed, not realizing it's because of the time change. Until like our friend asked, I was like, oh yeah, I did sleep in. And I just thought because I was just like overly tired. And it was really dark in my room, which usually it's like there's sun everywhere.
But also my day felt like it flew by because I woke up, it was 11 a.m. I was like, what the hell? Like, you know, like you're frazzled. You're like, it's already 11?
That's the thing. My alarm was set. So like I was waking up no matter what at the same time. So I didn't like feel it then. Like I wasn't like, oh wow, I slept in. Like my day started. It was the next day that I really felt it.
Oh, it's true. You're a working girl on the weekends. But like I liked it. Lunch came around so quick and I was like, get to eat. Love it. Okay, so this weekend, we have a fun-filled weekend coming up. It's our mother's 60th birthday. Oh, should I not have said her age on YouTube? 60 going on 30. And St. Patrick's Day. Oh my God. And this year, because of leap year, last year was on a Friday. We thought we were going to get it on a Saturday. It's leap year, so it's on a Sunday, which is kind of cool because the parade is on a Sunday. And like Sunday's the day that you would celebrate it because the parade is always on Sunday. And now you can day drink on the actual day.
Honestly, I would have liked it to be on a Saturday. Just like if we're gonna skip a day, like skip a Wednesday, skip a Tuesday. The weekend, like we could have handled another weekend and now it's gonna go Monday next year, you know? Like I would have appreciated it the Saturday. And I don't know if I'll celebrate. I'll see on Sunday like how I'm feeling and like what my schedule's like. But it's just a good activity for everyone. Like what a Sunday fun day, you know? Like you think your weekend's over, but no.
And there's nothing like day drinking when it's a nice sunny day outside. I really hope. Wait, let me check the weather for Sunday. Okay, 50% rain. We'll be inside anyways, but I just love I love a day drinking activity.
Well, for the parade, it would suck if it rains. You have to think about the floaties.
So true. They better have covers. People who want to go to the parade are going to the parade, rain or shine. I feel like they're going to bring their like parachutes and their raincoats. I'm definitely going to do something with my friends because if there's a reason to celebrate, I want to celebrate. There's like not enough holidays throughout the year, so you got to like catch every single one that comes your way.
100%. And if there's anything to celebrate, like you know we're there and like wanting to do it. Last time it was a Friday and you guys celebrated at night. Oh, it's true. I was sick, so I didn't even go. I had major FOMO. This is my second year not celebrating St. Patty's if I don't celebrate it this year. Wow, Depresso Express. Oh my God, I can never get that line. Depresso Espresso. Okay, but before the St. Patty's Day, we have to talk about our mom's birthday. We have to talk about the fact that we're like, I've never planned somebody else's birthday. Like, it's hard work.
No, like it really is. And I always thought, oh, I would want to be a wedding planner or an event planner. So fun. No, it's literally the hardest thing ever. You're coordinating with a bunch of different people. You're calling, emailing. You have to go out and buy things. It's actually such an ordeal.
And the disrespect when people don't RSVP at a certain date. Like, I'm sorry, like I put the deadline there. Just like answer me by then, you know? And it's not like these are strangers. Like these are family and friends. Like, are you coming or are you not? Like, just let me know. Like, I'm prepping.
Yeah, and then you're like sending a follow-up text and you're like, hey, are you coming? It's like, yeah, like you feel like such a loser. Like you should have just did it yourself. I respect the RSVP deadline so much because when I got married, I was annoyed when people were taking so long that the second I receive something, I'm probably the first person to RSVP to something. Yes or no, like I will do it instantly.
Same. I'm like checking my calendar. I'm like, can I do this? Do I want to do this? Okay, accepted. Done. So it's hard to coordinate the people coming, and also we're coordinating food and like getting all the decorations. And thank God the place that I'm catering from, I keep switching the amount of food because like some people say yes and some people back out. They're like, you just have to send us the final catering menu 24 hours in advance. I'm like, okay, sorry for emailing you 30 times about this.
No, like legit, they were like, stop contacting us. Like if you need us, we'll be here. So we're doing, honestly, I feel like I don't want to say it. Not that she watches the YouTube. Just say it. Okay. So my mom's favorite food is Chinese food. So we're going to cater all her favorite Chinese food with a little bit of vegetarian options for the guests. And then we also are going to do all her favorite desserts. Now this dessert is our specialty. We love dessert. But honestly, collecting everything is such a mission. You really got to think about this person because you don't have dessert every single day of your life. But you're like, when she does have dessert, what is she craving? What does she want?
And she's like us in the sense that you don't have a favorite dessert. You just want decadent. You want goodness. And it varies, you know? There's some staples that we're getting. And then like for the dessert, we're traveling the city for this woman. And I think it's going to be a great spread. I think also we had to like dim it down because not everyone like fiends dessert like we do. And I feel like it was getting a little chaotic with everything. And now I feel like we have it more under control.
Yeah, and then we love variety, so that's also the issue where we feel like we have to like dabble in everything. We're getting some cake, some cupcakes, donuts, candy, chips, chocolate. Because you never know what people want. Um, and it's gonna be what?
I wanted to show you. I made like, well, you actually made the signs. I printed them out and got the frames. I'll show them to you. It's like super cute. I'm like glad it looks nice and put together, and all our decorations and stuff. It's gonna look super cute.
That's also the thing. I was on Canva, like a little artiste making menus. Yeah, menus for dessert, dinner, drinks. What a vibe that website is. Whoever made that website, like, thank you so much. It's literally such a treat.
I know you get to put your like creative juices to the test, and we made like a little drinks menu with like names that correspond to her, which was really cute. I feel like she's gonna really like it and not expect it. And the thing is, so many people have messaged me being like, is this a surprise party? Because my mom has not been involved. It's just been us and our dad. And I'm like, no, she's well aware of what's going on.
No, like, me too. People ask me, or they probably haven't spoken to her about it because they think it's a surprise. Yeah. We didn't say a surprise on the website, on the invitation. But I feel like a 6-year-old woman doesn't need a surprise. Like, let her wear what she wants to wear. Let her be aware that this is going on. She can prep herself. Like, we don't need to throw her off guard.
100%. And she kind of wants to be in the know a little bit. She's like, what, like, she doesn't know everything, but she wants to be in the know. Also, she'll be at the venue. So she'll be with us as we set up.
No, like, I literally told her that. I'm like, where are you going to be on Saturday? And she was like, I'll be at the house. And I was like, oh, me and Michelle are going to be there setting up. She's like, okay, no problem. Maybe I can help a little. I'm like, oh my God, of course. You're going to see us doing it. And you know when you can't stand but to get in there when it's like when someone's driving and you're backseat driving. Yeah. Like, you have no choice but to help when you're there.
But I also get when she's like, wants to be there and help decide where things go. She's like, no, this looks better. Like, if she doesn't care, I don't care. As long as she didn't have to like put the work and organize it, like, she's a happy camper.
No, facts. It's gonna be great. A lot of people would think that it's also a themed birthday, and I was like, oh fuck, should we have done a themed birthday? But like, I hate having to tell someone to dress up. I'm just like, be casual, be you. But it was like, oh.
We have to think about like the food we're serving. Like, her favorite thing is Chinese food. We're having like a really good dessert spread. Like, you don't need to show up in a cocktail dress. Like, you know, just be comfy, get ready to have good vibes, good music, good drinks, good food. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah, like, just get drunk.
Exactly. I want to say we never finalized our gift for her.
Oh, I spoke to her about that too. She wanted these Huggies for on your ear with some diamonds, and she has diamonds from like another piece of jewelry that she wants to convert into little Huggies. So I told her we'll do that, but she wants to go to a specific jeweler and do it her own thing. So I said we'll contribute to that. So she knows what's happening, but we'll just have to like. It's like, how do you give your mom money? I don't know. We'll have to rearrange how we're giving it to her, but that's what we'll do.
Okay, because I was actually thinking about that today. I'm like, did we confirm that that's what's going on? Also, another thing, she's like us in the sense that she knows what she wants and she just wants that. So it's like, I'm not going to go out and buy her a pair of Huggies. Like, she wants to recreate this. Like, fine, I'll just like help you contribute. And I would love if someone did that to me. So I'm sure she's going to love it all.
Yeah, like, I don't need to like surprise you with a gift. Like, you should just like your gift. And if you have an idea, why not?
I just want to point out the fact that you like body shift your entire body and then looked me up and down. Like, am I slouching? Like, what's going on?
I felt like I was slouching. I was like, oh shit. Am I slouching?
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was like, she just eyed me up and down. I'm like, what's going on here?
But we also like kind of coordinated with our like thick tank top vibe. A little we're on the same vibes today.
On cam in sweats and you're in jeans, but also I forgot I have those tops. But also it wasn't white, but whatever. I just forgot that I own that. I could have worn that one. Then we really would have been the same vibes.
But I just want to say I thought about wearing gray or white sweatpants. And then I changed. I was like, oh, let me put on jeans. But I was really close to wearing sweatpants. Because, like, it's hard when you're sitting here to think of an outfit that looks good. because I'm not standing. So it's like, what looks good sitting? And no outfit has ever looked good sitting.
No, like this region, it is what it is. Like I'm here, I can't even like tell what's going on, you know. But at least I'm comfy cozy. You can borrow some sweats after.
Wow, so nice. I might need like a little sweater. Because the thing is, and I'm sure everyone feels like this, when you're like podcasting, I'm sweating profusely. I can't stop. And I feel like it's just, even during, let's say, an oral presentation or like for work, if you're on a call and you're presenting, like you get a little bit of the sweats.
Usually, yes, but I was so cold to begin with. I don't know. I feel like my house is cold that I'm like, look at the goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so cold. I can't get out of my chills.
You're also so pale. Like, I don't think I've ever seen you this pale.
Okay, well, I haven't seen the sun since last summer. So be prepared to see me tanned in like 2 weeks from now.
Okay, don't hype yourself up now. But yeah, you'll get a little sun kissed. It'll be nice.
I'll start lobster and then hopefully like settle down. And every time I go into the heat right away, I'm like, I'm going to lather in sunscreen. I'm going to put it on. And then no matter what, you burn.
It's the reapplication that gets you, because you're like, oh, I just did it 2 hours ago. I can wait. But it's like, you can't wait. You got to just keep doing it.
100%. Or you're like, oh, it's 3 p.m. I don't need to reapply. It's like, girl, reapply.
But like, getting a little burnt is all about the experience. I think it's one of the steps into getting tanned.
Yeah, it's like, did you even go on vacation if you didn't start with a 3rd-degree burn and then by the end it turned into a bronze?
Yeah, I think that's the gateway. Well, that's our show for today. Hope you guys enjoyed our little shit talking session. Feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a nice comment.